morning, beautiful people. I thought I would do my first vlog. This is super new to me, so yeah, I'm just gonna try and film some little parts of my life and my reading life over the next week or so, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, my name's Julie, by the way. I don't know if I haven't said that yet. I'm really not the best at social media etiquette or best practices, so I will probably be a little just weird, so it's fine. Anyway, I just finished E.V. Wild's All the Birds Singing last night. My first E.V. Wild, I know that a lot of people liked Bass Rock, but yeah, I was actually picked this up because I loved the cover. I think it's really interesting, and then I read the back, and it's about a woman on a sheep farm unraveling on a craggy British island. And I was like, sign me up. Yeah, it was good. It was okay read, I think. I definitely read sort of thriller-like, but not, definitely more lit fic than thriller, I would say, as far as genre goes. Definitely a mood read. You know, it's like this misty island where sheep are getting killed mysteriously, and then the main character, she has sort of this mysterious past that slowly gets unraveled as the story goes on, and you're not really sure if the sheep killing has something to do with her past or not. And yeah, I will say towards the end, I felt like it started to lose its thread. It was introducing new things towards the end where I was like, what? It's like, this could have been addressed way earlier, I guess. That sort of caught me off guard. It flips between two very different landscapes. So this very remote British island that's like wet and dreary and dark, mixed with this very hot and dry part of Australia. That's going back in the narrator's memories. So really interesting. I mean, it was still like a good read, but not like the best thing I've ever read. I don't know. So that was All the Birds Singing. And then next, I think I'm gonna pick up, where did I put it? There it is. Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I don't know if you can, there's a really bad glare. It's dark out. I'm about to leave for work, and I leave when it's dark and I come home when it's dark. So this is the life for vlogging, I guess, is vlogging in the dark. But yeah, I read Euphoria this year, loved it. I'm really excited to read another Lily King. It's out from the library. I'm a big library user, and I am a librarian, so it's a lot to do with that. But actually, I'm an academic librarian, so I don't actually get any of my books I usually read from my library where I work, because it doesn't have a lot of literary fiction, although I'm trying to change that, so we'll see. What I love about this library book right now is there is like sand inside this dust jacket cover, which I kind of love, which means someone probably took this to the beach and was reading it on the beach. So I like to imagine that someone had a really lovely time reading Writers and Lovers on a warm towel in the sand. So yeah, I'm gonna read this next, and yeah, we'll see. I did just read Mrs. Dalloway a couple days ago. Loved it. I want to do a video. I think I'm gonna wait. I want to read The Hours, and I kind of want to do a video that talks about Mrs. Dalloway, The Hours, and Assembly. So we'll see if I can get my brain churning and try and pretend I'm smart enough to talk about those three books together. Yeah, so that is kind of what I'm reading. Yeah, I started going back to work again this week, which is tough. I don't go in every day. I have a pretty long commute, so I'm also listening on the days I do go in. It's like an hour drive one way. So I am gonna be listening to more audiobooks. I just started listening to a couple days ago, Call Me By Your Name, which is it's very beautiful, but it's kind of hard to listen to. Not because it's steamy. It's very steamy. I'm like in my car and I'm like, excuse me, roll down the window. But it's just like the desire is so like thick and strong, and it's like you just want them to release because it's kind of exhausting to listen to, but like in a good way. It's a very good representation of like young desire, young love, that sort of thing. So yeah, I've been listening to Call Me By Your Name. We'll see what happens next. I'm kind of picky about my audiobooks. I don't know about y'all, but anyway. So, I don't know if you've heard weird noises, but that's probably because you've been hearing my dog scratch herself. Hey, Rosie. Oh, she doesn't care that I talk to her. Yeah, so let's do a quick dog check. Hi, baby. She's too good for us. Is that right? Okay. I have to go to work. Boring. Bye.
Oh, you're such a good fishing girl. Last time I was over here, they were not happening. Rosie.
Hey, beauties. I'm in the car, about to go to work. What else is new? All I do is be in the car going to work. That's my life. But while the car's warming up, I figured I would talk about Writers and Lovers. I started it yesterday, and so far I really like it. It's like, I very much identify with the character in that they are the same age as me, and kind of coming to terms with that a lot of people around them are younger than them. They say, and they're living in like a college town. Well, they live in Boston, which is basically a college town because there's like 100 colleges there, and it's where they went to undergrad. And she said one line was, "It's strange to not be the youngest kind of adult anymore." And I have been feeling that so much this past year. So I really recognize that, and I'm excited to hear more from this character. So far, I think this is gonna be like such a fun novel to read, and I'm hoping to finish it this weekend. So yeah, Writers and Lovers so far is good. Okay, I have to go to work. I also finished Call Me By Your Name on audio yesterday and watched the movie with some friends last night. So that was such a great experience. A couple of my friends hadn't seen it for the first time. So it was fun. It was steamy. It was great. Okay, bye. Hello again. I am in my office on my lunch break. There's the view. It's a very nice view. I'm very spoiled to have an office. First time in my professional life I've ever had one, so pretty crazy. But anyway, as you know, I work in an academic library, and sometimes on my lunch break I will just go up to the P's. And if you know the Library of Congress classification system, the P's is where language and literature are. So it's also the section that I manage, so I'm very lucky that I get to be the liaison for a lot of the humanities departments. But anyway, here's some things that I just plucked off the shelves. We have Natalia Ginsburg, Valentino, and Sagittarius. And because I'm faculty, I get to kind of check these out for like 6 months, so pretty excited. Nora Ephron, Heartburn. I've only read like Nora Ephron essays, and they were really cringy, but I love her movies and I would love to try her fiction. So, and then watch the movie as well, because I've never actually seen Heartburn. It's one Nora Ephron film I haven't seen, so. And then I've been really wanting to read, I want to read Passing by Nella Larson. And so we have this in my library, this really great kind of collection of Nella Larson stories. Excited to read Passing and then also watch the film. There's a lot of like reading books because I want to watch the films, but I want to read the books first. And then we have actually a lot of Tove Ditlevson in our library, and this is just a small little short ditty called Freedom. So it looks like just it's a collection of stories. It's also damaged, so I'm like, should we even keep this? I don't know. If we don't keep it, should it go to my house? We'll see. And then we have Enormous Changes at the Last Minute, which I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this. Is it a collection of, yeah, short stories? I think Jessica's book Stacks has been telling people to read this book, and so I put it on my radar, and it's gonna be sitting in my office probably for a really long time. A lot of these books are, because I have so many books to read, but I just couldn't help myself going up to the stacks. It's so tempting. And then I found such a gem. There's so many beautiful old books in this library, but I found, oh, this just gorgeous old cover of Iris Murdoch's The Bell, which I put on my wish list after I saw like a Elena Ferrante's book recommendations list, and this was on there. I think this was, so, and this, I just saw this cover and was like, come to me, please. Yeah, just gorgeous. So that's another one from the loot today. And then also found Passage to India by E.M. Forster, which I really want to read. E.M. Forster. I've seen multiple PBS adaptations of Howard's End, and I've seen the movie A Room with a View, but I've never read anything by E.M. Forster, and I want to see, is it Maurice or Morris, the Hugh Grant movie, and read that book, because apparently that was published posthumously because it was a very like scandalous queer love story written in the 20s. So really want to read that. And yeah, after reading Mrs. Dalloway, I think I really want to read Passage to India and read more about this time in Britain. Kind of like, I also started rewatching Downton Abbey, so there's a whole thing going on. But anyway, this is also a really cool old copy. You can see how old it is, which I love. Nerd out on this stuff all the time. And then, speaking of themes, I wanted to buy a copy, but you know what? I was like, we have, this literally is for free at my work, so Michael Cunningham's The Hours. I think that I want to do a video. I've mentioned this before on The Hours, Assembly, and Mrs. Dalloway. And so I gotta read The Hours first. I've seen the film, but reading it I know will be a better experience. And last is Jeanette Winterson's Written on the Body, which I found while I was browsing up there and was like, thank you, come to me now, because I also really want to read this. So yeah, this was just a casual lunch break catastrophe of free books in my workplace. Danger zone. This is why my TBR list is incredibly overwhelming, and we'll probably not even tackle it in like 3 years of what's on it right now. So anyway, that was a little update. I also put together a little graphic novel display today at work, which was super cute and fun. I love doing displays, very creative, and yeah, hope it gets the young students wanting to read, you know, so anyway, talk to y'all later. It's for my reading vlog.
Books are dumb.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
They're dumb?
What is this paparazzi?
Hello again. I'm in my kitchen, making a gourmet dinner for myself, which, if you don't know what that means, this is the real deal. A common occurrence in my household. You add peas to it, it's a whole meal. You got veggies in it and everything. So while my pasta's boiling, I thought I would talk about Writers and Lovers, and also maybe open up a loud bottle of wine. It's my Saturday night, and I think I'm gonna watch some of the new season of Search Party. John Reynolds has my whole heart. He is my biggest celebrity crush. Yes. So this is bad timing because I think my pasta is now done. So almost done. Writers and Lovers is good. I can't find my wine opener. That's bad. That's very bad. Yeah, I'm halfway through and it's so fun. God, Lily King is good at writing like fun novels. Just, again, something for everybody. Romance, dealing with grief, exploring what it means to be a writer, struggling with like debt. It's not millennial in the sense that it's set in the 90s, but it has a lot of the same millennial struggles. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to cancel everything because I can't find my wine opener, so. Pasta is done. I really wanted to go for that steam effect. Very cool. This is just getting really high tech in here. I have a whole production crew. There's set design. Steam. It's gonna steam up my glasses. Yeah, so I'm really loving Writers and Lovers. Hoping to finish it tomorrow, I think. We shall see. And once I do that, I think I'm gonna read The Hours by Michael Cunningham. That's gonna be the next book. I'm also reading a book for work called As Long as the Grass Grows. It's a nonfiction about Indigenous environmental justice. I'm leading a book group with students, so that's a cool part of my job. I'm now opening the wine. Yeah, so that's life. Nothing more to update. I don't know how long vlogs are supposed to go for and when they're supposed to end, but probably want to get some more reading in to make it a worthy vlog. Wine is about to be opened. Voila. Well, I hope you all are having a wonderful Saturday night. Don't judge me by my poor wine opening behavior and my cheap wine choice. It's just a cheap dinner all around. So have a fun Saturday night. I'm having the best alone Saturday that I've had in a long time. So cheers, y'all. Friends, I am about to go to the library to pick up some holds, and I'm almost done with Writers and Lovers. I really like it so far. It's been just such a fun, light read, even though the subject matter isn't light. The prose is very light in that it's not very convoluted. It's saying what it means to say, which is pretty refreshing. And yeah, it's just been an easy, fun read. There's some things in it that are a little, I won't say over the top, but just some kind of caricature-esque characters. Like, there's a scene where the protagonist meets their father, and their father is just sort of like a caricature of like a bad father, and it just feels a little like there's some characters that I think are not fully fleshed out, but you know what, that's fine. That's not really why I'm reading it. It's just cozy and fun. So not the perfect book, but definitely has been fun to read so far. Also, I'm going to the library to return some books, and I thought I would They're all books that I didn't quite get to. So I'll show you some books that are on my TBR, but I have to return them. Can't read them right now, but later. Later could honestly mean 3 years later. Who knows? That's how reading time works. But first one is, wow, I'm doing this very poorly. I apologize. Beasts of a Little Land. This is a historical fiction about Korea during the occupation of Japan, and then I think the onset of the Korean War. So I believe early 20th century Korea. And looks really good. It's a debut novel. I've heard good things about it, but again, it's due back to the library and I don't have time to read it. It's a peek pick, which you can see with this logo here, and that means it's something cool my library does, where if it's a new kind of highly anticipated release, very popular, they'll put it where you can't put a hold on them, but they have them basically just there in the library. If you walk in, you can just walk in and grab them off the shelf, but you can only have them for 2 weeks as opposed to the checkout time of 3 weeks. So I'll grab these a lot, and then a lot of times I don't get to them because I have other things due back, and there's other things I want to read, you know. Another similar one, a peek pick that I didn't get to, Clara and the Sun. I haven't read any Ishiguro before, so I think I might hold off on this since I keep somehow not reading it and not having this. Like the third time I've tried to read this and check it out from the library and it's due back, and I think I want to read The Remains of the Day before I read this, so we'll see. And then I had The Magician, which is a fictional telling of the life of Thomas Mann, the writer, and I just didn't get around to this. So again, I'll be coming back to this, maybe, and God knows when, and returning it to the library. Anyway, maybe I'll check back in when I pick up my holds, because I have some holds to pick up, and show you those. Hello again. I just wanted to check back in, let you all know that I finished Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I thought it was a good book all around. I did think that some of the characters were not fully fleshed out and were a little, not contrived, but cliche. But despite that, I think it was a great read. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. A 3.5 rating for me is like a good read. I'd still recommend it to people. Usually anything under like a 3.5 or a 3, I'm not gonna, it might be okay, but I'm not gonna like recommend it to people. So I still recommend this book. It felt cozy. It was just like a good comfy little read. So it was a good reading experience. Thank you, Lily King. Okay. And then I started reading The Hours last night, and so far I'm really loving it. I'm loving the direct comparison to Mrs. Dalloway, especially in the different time periods that it's in. I think it's going to be really fun to read after reading Mrs. Dalloway and kind of looking for the comparisons. So, so far so good. Yeah, and I am imagining Meryl Streep as Clarissa Vaughn, and so that's fun. I'm just imagining Meryl Streep walking around Greenwich Village in the 90s, so not mad about that. Yeah, so that's what I'm reading. And then I'm also reading, I mentioned this briefly, but this book for work, As Long as the Grass Grows, The Indigenous Fight for Environmental Justice from Colonization to Standing Rock. So I'm reading this for work. I'm doing a book group with some students. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. I will probably end the vlog here. I don't know what I'm gonna read next after The Hours. I might read the Copenhagen trilogy by Tove Ditlevsen. I've had that on my TBR for quite some time. I think I bought the book last summer. So, as you will learn on this channel, that my TBR is very large, very long. Yeah, so that's the vlog. Thanks for watching, y'all. My first vlog. It was fun to film. Yeah, happy reading, y'all, and yeah, let me know what you're reading in the comments. And thanks for being here. Bye.